Again.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming to our 2020-2021 Parent Orientation. As we begin this Zoom, we have a few basic protocols that we're going to want to follow. We're going to ask that everyone remain muted. At the end of our presentation today, we will have a Q&A session. During our Q&A session, before we begin at that session, I will explain parameters on how to raise your hand to ask questions. Give us just a moment to share my screen. Mark, if you can allow me to share my screen, that would be greatly appreciated at this time.
You should be good.
Okay. Thank you. First of all, we would like to welcome all of you for being present tonight and say thank you. We know that the 2020 school year is like none other. We must work together to best meet the needs of our students and community as we begin this unprecedented school year. With tenacity and endurance, we will prevail. So who are we? My name is Mrs. O'Connor, and I am the proud new principal of CAJ Jacobs, soon to be John Knight Middle School. And I am so excited to be here this evening with all of you. I'm going to take a moment to introduce you to my awesome front office team, starting with my amazing assistant principal, Mrs. Stuvey. If you could please unmute yourselves, clarify your role, and how you can support our families and students here at CAJ.
Hello, everybody. Hi, I'm Mrs. Stuvey. I'm the assistant principal. I am looking so forward to starting my second year here at CAJ, soon to be John Knight Middle School. I can help you guys with pretty much anything that you need. Please feel free to reach out. Any questions, our email's on our webpage, and I can help you with many things, so just ask.
Perfect. Thank you, Mrs. Stuvey. Is Kathleen Halverson in the room? Mrs. Halverson, if you're here, can you please take a moment to unmute your screen? Okay. Mrs. Halverson is our school counselor. Mrs. Halverson will be able to assist you with all things in terms of social, emotional, academic concerns, etc. If she logs on later on this evening, I will give her an opportunity to introduce herself. Do we have Margarita Rios in the room? Margarita Rios is our parent liaison. She will, you will be able to meet her. She also helps with our Spanish speaking families. She can translate, and she provides tons of services for our families. Next up, Vicki Sheen. Vicki, are you in the room?
I am.
Perfect. Vicki, can you explain your role here at CAJ and how you can support our families and community?
So my name is Vicki Shane, and I'm the office manager. If you need to get a hold of Mrs. O'Connor, I'm the one you go through. So I would be happy to help you if you'd like to set up a Zoom call. Just let me know. I also do many other things. So if you have any questions, I'm working from 7:30 to 4. Just give me a call and I can help you out.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Mrs. Sheen. Patricia Ortiz, are you in the house?
Yes, I am.
Perfect. Patricia, can you explain your role here at CAJ and how you can support our families and community?
Absolutely. My name is Patricia. I'm the attendance secretary. You can direct all your attendance needs and questions to me. I look forward to the new school year and getting ready to be back with our students, which is most important part of my day.
Thank you. That is my amazing, amazing front office team. We will be here to support you as we are attempting to navigate distance learning. So before we begin, I always begin with reiterating the mission of our district. And it is the mission of Dixon Unified to close the achievement gap by preparing all students for career readiness and success in a global society. I think it is imperative that any principal link or be able to link their mission and their district's mission to their purpose. I think it's imperative that a principal be able to explain their why. So I'm going to take a moment now to really share with you why I've chosen to do the work I do and why I know that CA Jacobs and Dixon Unified is home for me. One of my principal motives for pursuing a leadership role was to restore priorities in the educational arena by ensuring that the school I serve is actively involved in the promotion of high academic performance among all students. It is my sound belief that all students can and will rise to high expectations. All students will rise. CAJ students, we will prevail. Even in the midst of a pandemic, we have got this. As a new principal, I feel that it is important that you understand my personal why. My objective is to foster a learning environment that allows students to defy social and environmental barriers, such as a pandemic, and succeed at the highest levels. I have known since I was a junior in high school that I was going to be a teacher. I attended school in a small suburban town, very much so like Dixon. I was blessed enough to have teachers that truly, truly cared about me, not only as a student, but as a person. They built relationships with me. They encouraged me, and they never allowed me to fail. They spoke success over my life. None of my teachers looked like me. They didn't talk like I did, but every single one of my teachers cared. Students, being here in Dixon Unified, you have teachers who care. My family members didn't have that same experience in their communities. In fact, most of them hated school. Some even dropped out before graduating. I took witness to this, and I knew that it was up to me to make a difference. So here I am, committed to building relationships with as many students and as many families as I can. Committed to ensuring that all CAJ teachers give their students what my teachers gave me: hope and opportunity. That is my why. That is why I have chosen to make Dixon Unified School District my home. And I thank you all for having me. Our mission at CA Jacobs is tied to our district's mission. It looks a tad bit different, but our objective is to make sure that CA Jacobs Cougars are college and career ready. How do we know that they're going to be college and career ready? Because we're going to ensure that they are safe, that they know how to be safe, that they are respectful and productive learners. These are our core values. As we move forward in the school year, you will hear me, you will hear your teachers, you will hear all things CAJ referring to our core values of safe, respect, and productivity. So tonight, as I go through this presentation, you will see that I am tying our core values to our expectations for students, parents, families, and all things CAJ. We know that as we're dealing with reopening, every single person is going to have a vital role. And so our teachers are going to play a vital role in our reopening. We're asking that our teachers are safe, respectful, and productive. And so what does that look like? Our teachers will be teaching through distance learning, and I'll go over a little bit of distance learning in more detail in a moment. We're asking that you bear with our teachers. What we're asking them to do this fall is much different than they were asked to do in the spring. But our teachers are up for the challenge. They are ready. They have been behind the scenes working, collaborating, attending professional developments, meeting with their principal, meeting with other teacher leaders so that they can bring the best possible instruction to you. So bear with our teachers. Be mindful that this is new for them. They're navigating this new virtual learning experience as well, but rest assured, CAJ teachers are more than equipped. They are ready and they've got this. But you must be patient with us. So please respect them. We are also asking our teachers to be productive every period, every day. So that's whether we're doing synchronous or asynchronous learning. And I will go into detail about asynchronous and synchronous learning in a while. We're asking our teachers to have top-notch lesson delivery. Assessments, attendance will be taken. Grading will be the same as it were if you were in regular session. That means no P&P grades. We're grading on ABC schedules. Rigorous standards-based instruction will be provided. So please, that's the commitment that we're asking from our teachers. From our parents, we're asking you to commit to CAJ's core values as well, of being safe, being respectful, and being productive. And what does that look like from a parental perspective? Well, part of being safe is ensuring your own mental well-being and your students' mental well-being. Seek support when you need it and let us know if your students need support. Parents, this is new for you as well. I am a parent myself. It is of a 7-year-old. So it is going to be difficult to navigate distance learning. But know that you need to take care of your own well-being and ensure your students' well-being too. And we're here to support you at CAJ. I am not opposed to taking a call. My front office will take a call. If we do not know how to support you, we will find an answer because that's our job. We're asking students, parents, that you be respectful, and a part of being respectful is respecting yourselves, allowing yourself to feel frustrated, not beating yourself up when things aren't going as smoothly as you would want them to go with your child in distance learning, and being mindful that this is new. It's new for your students, it's new for our teachers, it's new for you. So give yourself a little bit of slack, be flexible with yourself, and work with us. This is new for us as well. In terms of productivity, parents, there's some very important things that we're going to need you to do. We need you to keep your information updated in HomeLink. Insist that your students utilize their planner, and we'll go into detail about the planner in a while. We want you to keep your contact list nearby. We want you to make sure that your students have the appropriate equipment, and we'll discuss that in a while. We want to make sure that your students have a workspace for them to work. Now, we know that this is different. Every student may not have access to their own room, but there are ways, creative ways to create spaces. I'll give you an example. In my own home, I have 4 bedrooms. I do not have an office space. However, I have a very large closet. So I have converted my closet into a home workspace for moments where I need to work at night, attend board meetings, etc., from my home. So we can get creative with workspace, and if you need ideas, don't hesitate to give me a call or shoot me an email. We can also, some students might prefer to work in their backyard. Just think outside of the box in terms of comfortability. The most important thing with your students' workspace is that they have a place to work uninterrupted and free from distractions. Also, parents, we're asking that you check on your team, check in with them, have them really utilize the planner to record what it is that they're doing so that you can check on them and say, hey, how are you doing with school? What assignments did you do? What help do you need? Just making sure that you check on your team during this time because this is going to be new for them. Students, you have a role. Every person here wishes that things were different. We wish that we could be in school. We wish that we could see you running, and not running, but walking the halls of CAJ and talk to you on a regular basis, fist bump, and those types of things. But we know that you can't do that right now. We wish you could. However, we also know that you can do this. You've got this. If you dedicate yourselves, you will be successful in this online platform. So we need some things from you, students. We need you to be safe. We need you to seek support. Seek support from the front office, seek support from your teachers, seek support from me, seek support from your parents. And know that when you do seek that support, that we are here and we will support you. Students, we also need you to make smart choices when it comes to school technology, making sure that you're making the appropriate choices when you are using school technology. Students, we're also asking that you be respectful and be mindful that this is new for everyone. It's new for your parents. Respect them. It's new for your teachers. Respect them. It's new for yourself. Respect yourself and give yourself a little bit of credit and an opportunity to grow in this model. Students, we also need you to respect yourself in terms of your future. You determine your future. So treat your academic career with the appreciation and enthusiasm that it deserves. I want you to be excited about this new school year. I want you to be excited about the fact that you're going to get to see your classmates and your teachers. Make sure that you respect the fact that this is your academic career. Everybody has a role. That includes our support staff. There are services that are available for the CAJ community. Please reach out and ask. We started our food service program back last week. We want to see our families there coming to get their lunches. It makes us happy to see you coming through those lines. Know that there's mental health services here at CAJ. There's academic support, academic counseling, English learner support. We have migrant education support and community support. Please do not hesitate to contact the front office to ask about how you can access these resources. We need you to understand that communication is different, but it's critical. We have multiple forms and multiple means of communication. We have Aries HomeLink. Parents, if your information is not up to date, we need you to call and let us know so that we can help you get that information up to date. We must have access to you. Our primary form of communication will be Aries, and that's all things, that is our primary platform. We also utilize other platforms to communicate with you. PBIS Apps is a platform that we use and we will heavily use this year to make sure that we're keeping our students engaged in school. So PBIS Apps will give you more information about that, but it is our platform for monitoring our students' behavioral success. So if our students are doing well in school, we want to reward them by giving them points. We will still hold the virtual student store. We will still hold, we will do things such as weekly raffles for our students. We want to keep our students engaged in school. So all of the things that we would do here, if they were here in school, we will still commit to doing those things virtually. So it should be a pretty fun school year, and PBIS Apps is a platform that you can use to check on your students' behavioral success. Again, I cannot stress the use of student planners. I will continue to stress that. I have a slide about student planners in just a moment. We need you guys to utilize student planners. Email. When you update your information in Aries, we need you to update your student's email and your parents' email, your student's phone number if they have one, and your parents' phone number. We're going to host parent nights. It will be my objective to host a parent night at least once a month to keep you informed on what's happening with reopening and new updates. If nothing else, just to find ways to support you as we are navigating this new world. Our school webpage, we are working on updating our school webpage. If you follow the CAJ webpage, you will see that there have been some new updates to the webpage. Our Facebook, you can now access it directly from our school webpage. The Facebook page is embedded on our school website page. We've also added icons for our Instagram as well as our Twitter. Twitter is new. If you notice, our Twitter feed says John Knight Middle School because we will soon be over at the new school. So we're slowly migrating over into John Knight. You will receive a student handbook. Also, parents, if nothing else, our phone number is 707-693-6350. Call us. We're here. What is distance learning? I'm going to go over these things briefly, and I'm almost done. Distance learning is when students work online at home while the teacher assigns work and checks in digitally with Google Classroom, email, video calls, etc. Students and teachers work synchronously and asynchronously throughout the school day to complete work. When we speak of synchronous and asynchronous, oftentimes we think, what is synchronous and what is asynchronous? When I think of synchronous, I think of the time that I'm synced in with my teacher, the time where I am on Zoom and I am literally seeing my teacher's face and my classmates' face on the screen, just like you're synchronously synced in with me right now. Asynchronous is the work that you're doing in your Google Classroom on your own. At CAJ, we have decided to use Google as our synchronous platform and our asynchronous platform district-wide, and synchronous platform district-wide is Google Classroom. Everything will be done through the Google Classroom. That way, no one is confused about which type of platform to log on to. Google Classroom, every day. When it's time for synchronous learning, we'll be utilizing Zoom. It is going to be essential, students, that you equip yourselves and parents with tools, equip your children with tools for success. So computer pickup. Computer pickup will begin next week. We need you to continue to check our Facebook page for up-to-date information on, if you do not have a computer, on how and when you can pick one up. We definitely want our students to have a computer by the first day of school. So check back next week and we will be sharing lots of information about when you can pick up your tools for success, which is your computer and or your district Wi-Fi if you do not have access to one. Again, you'll hear me say it over and over again, student planners. All students will receive a planner. The planner contains the student handbook as well as a day planner to keep track of all of your students' assignments. Parents, please insist that your students utilize their planner, that they're writing their assignments, both synchronous and asynchronous, in their planner. This is a useful way for parents to track their students' homework and progress. You'll be able to pick up your planners. We will be hosting a drive-through pickup of student materials, textbooks, planners, band instruments, etc. on Monday, August the 31st. This is subject to change in terms of timing, but on Monday, August 31st, that is when we have tentatively scheduled our materials pickup. The first week at CAJ, we focus on teaching our students our school-wide expectations. The second 2 weeks, we will have strategic technological support being delivered by our language arts department as well as our social studies department. So when your students check into language arts and social studies after the first week of school, they will be learning tools for success for navigating a digital world, technological tools to make sure that they become college and career ready. So they will be receiving all the tutorials that they need on Classroom, how to communicate via email, and things like that. So that will begin the first 2 weeks. So they'll have their materials on August 31st. They won't need their materials at that time. I'm going to stop talking just for a moment. Mrs. Stevie, can you chime in and share with our families about our weekly schedule?
Yes, so our weekly schedule will be as follows. On Monday, all students will work asynchronously. Teachers will have live office hours for assistants. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, periods 1 through 3, A group will attend synchronously, the B group will attend asynchronously. And then periods 4 through 7, the A group will attend asynchronously, and the B group will attend synchronously. On Wednesday and Friday, it is just the opposite. Periods 1 through 3, A group will attend asynchronously, and B group will attend synchronously. And periods 4 through 7, A group will attend synchronously, and B group will attend asynchronously.
Thank you, Mrs. Doobie. So now it's time for our Q&A session. We are going to take a moment to answer some of your questions or concerns now here in this platform. Please keep in mind that I may not have all of the answers to your questions, but I am committed to finding and seeking the answers to your questions. For those of you who utilize who have logged into our website, who utilize our platform, so Facebook, Twitter, I believe I put it on Twitter, and Instagram, have a link to a Google form. I know for a fact Facebook does, and you can go to Facebook. So after we answer Q&A, we're going to have Q&A for approximately 45 minutes. Once that 45-minute period of time is over, if we have not been able to answer, answer all of the questions in the room, we're going to ask that you use that Google form to submit questions. We will then take that Google form and we will answer those questions and post them on Facebook before the week ends, so on Friday. So if for some reason your question is not answered here today, we are committed to finding the answer and posting that on our Facebook platform. Let me give you a little bit of help with the Q&A. At the bottom of your screen, you will see a logo that says participants. It has a few people. You can use, it has like 2 emojis of men. You can use that feature to access the hand raise feature. So if you're not familiar how to do that, you simply hover over your name and you should be able to raise your hand. Once your hand is raised, then Jody will ask you to unmute yourselves. When she calls your name, you can unmute yourself and then ask your question. After you've asked your question, please mute yourself again, just so that we don't have a lot of static and background noise over the Zoom. And with that being said, we will begin our Q&A.
All right, the first question I have is Mr. Salzer.
Hey, good evening, everyone. I just noticed that there's been some technical difficulties, and I see that part of your office staff has joined us. Mrs. Halverson is now online.
Perfect. Thank you so much for saying that, Mr. Salzer. Mrs. Halverson, are you there? Can you unmute yourself?
I am here. I was waiting to be let in, so I'm just like everyone else.
Perfect. Mrs. Halverson, can you do me a favor and explain your role here at CAJ and the vital role that you play with our students, families, and communities?
Of course. First of all, I want to say hi to everyone. Hi. Again, I'm Miss Halverson. Parents, you can call me Kathleen. My role here is to support families and students. Both academically, socially, emotionally, whatever your needs are. I think of myself as a liaison between your home and the school's home. So whatever you need, I'm here to support you. I do want to remind you that I am one school counselor for all of you. So when it comes to concerns regarding your child's academics, please check in with your child's teachers first. They will have more information regarding your child's academics. And then if you have any more concerns, please check in with me. But they are your first line of information regarding academics. Do you have any other questions for me, Ms. O'Connor?
No, thank you, Kathleen. I really wanted them to see your face and know who you are so that when they see you in their teachers' classrooms, they will know who you are. So thank you. I really appreciate that.
And thank you, Mr. Salzer, for noticing that I am here.
Thank you, Mr. Salzer.
Okay, next question we have is Kristen.
Hi, yes, I was just curious regarding the time slot for material pickup. If we are not able to actually attend that day or that time slot, what are our other options?
I'm glad that you asked that question, Christine. Okay, so first of all, just to clarify, on that day, because that is a day of school, right? That's a synchronous day. So if you're able to come and come during your time slot, that will be your activity for the day. We're going to ask our teachers just to maybe have students check into the Google Classroom on that day and do a check-in question just so that they know that students are there. So there's a couple of things. If you're unable to come during that particular time slot, please call the front office and we'll let you know what other alternative options there are. But if you need to come at a different time slot, that should be okay if you just give us a heads up. We just wouldn't want to have an influx of parents showing up at a particular time slot. We will also schedule an additional day if for some reason you cannot pick up your materials on that day. In addition to that, if you have multiple students, then you can choose. So let's say I have a student who is in 6th grade and a student who is in 8th grade, then at that time you can determine which time slot is best for you. But if not, then just give us a call and we can arrange a different pickup time for you. Does that answer your question, Kristen?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Henderson. Henderson, are you there?
Yes, sorry. I was wondering when we were getting our schedules.
Yes, so schedules will begin being mailed home to students this Friday. So you should receive your schedule in the mail no later than Monday. So schedules, as well as whether or not you are an A or a B student, that information will be being mailed home on Friday. So by Monday, you should have it in the mailbox. Thank you for asking that question, Anderson.
Thank you so much.
And next, I apologize if I mispronounced the name. We have Alicia.
Hi, yeah, I'm a parent to a new student, new 6th grader there, and we've never had Aries home link. Do we need to get signed up for that before school starts, and if so, how?
Yes, Alicia, if you can do me a favor in the morning and contact Patricia, our attendance clerk. She should be able to assist you with how to log into Aries. Jody, do you have any more information on that you would like to share other than that?
No, Ms. Ortiz is the best person for her to contact. Ms. Patricia can help her with that.
Okay, so
thank you.
Mrs. Patricia can help you with that. Just dial that number in the morning and she'll be here to assist you.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next question, we have Barbara.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to take this time to introduce myself. I am the CAJ, soon to be John Knight's site technical help. I am I will be the one that will be helping with a lot of the computer questions that the teachers are not able to answer. And this just happens to be one of those situations where it kind of perfect timing there. Yes, Ms. Patricia will be able to give the parents some information. There's also a separate login for the students. So make sure we get the parents their login information as well as the students their login information as far as Aries is concerned. While we are fully in distance learning, I will be setting up some sort of Zoom on a daily basis so you can drop in Zoom with me if you have just real quick questions that I might be able to answer. You might also hear of me in the front office. I do on my spare time after hours sometimes, or if one of the other ladies is sick, I have been known to step up and help out in the front office as well. So just thought I'd take this moment to introduce myself.
Thank you so much, Barbara. I appreciate that, and you shared some more additional information. So thank you so much for hanging in there and answering those questions and introducing yourself to our family. Thank you again, Barbara.
Next, we have Pinky.
Hey guys, so I'm just curious about how kids are going to turn their work in and whether or not I need to have some actual paper, pencil, school supplies ready, or is everything going to be submitted electronically like it was in the spring?
I am very glad that you asked that question. It very much so is going to depend on the teacher, and the teacher will give you that information, Pinky. However, yes, some assignments will more than likely be done or submitted over the Google Classroom. Most assignments will more than likely be submitted over Google Classroom, but we also have lots of other platforms for students to do their synchronous and asynchronous assignments. However, we are aware that students need pencils, students need paper, students need basic supplies for success. So when we do our materials pickup on August the 31st, materials that teachers have recommended that your students have in addition to their textbooks, in addition to their planners and anything else, it will be provided to you on that day. So we will be providing CAJ students with the materials that their teachers have deemed that are critical to support them as they're doing their online learning. So some teachers may ask for composition books. If that is a request, that will go home at the materials pickup, or on the materials pickup day. Did I answer all of your questions, Pinky, or no?
You did. So I guess I'm kind of curious too. I know this spring I teach kindergarten as well. And so spring was kind of crisis teaching and learning, but I'm hoping that there are going to be opportunities for the kids to also do more project-based work, not just computer work. So I'm just interested also in knowing how they're going to submit. If there is anything physical to submit, are they going to turn it in, or is it just going to be pictures, that kind of thing? So I know you said it's probably going to be a teacher by teacher basis, but just something hopefully maybe some of the teachers have kind of put in their brains to communicate to parents.
And I've had an opportunity to talk to some of our teachers. I know that some of them may have students screenshot certain things and post them. So there'll be a variety of ways that they can share those projects and things like that. But yeah, it will be teacher discretion. But thank you for pointing that out, because we do have a lot to discuss, and we are behind the scenes planning daily.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. My husband teaches PE. My husband is Greg. So.
Oh, hi.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you? I know.
You.
I can put a name to a face. Thank you, Pinky. Thank you, Greg.
You.
All right, next we have Sean Paul. Sean Paul, are you there?
Can you hear me now? You can?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, I want to thank you guys for putting this together. It's definitely helpful. Second of all, will the students be able to socially interact with one another during this time?
You mean via when they're in synchronous learning?
Yes, when they're doing the Zoom meetings, will they have like little chat groups to be able to do projects together?
Yes, again, it's going to be per, the teacher's instruction, but yes, we are highly encouraging teachers to, that's one of the reasons that we really do like the Zoom platform, because a lot of our teachers are familiar with those things, and we know that instruction is done best when our students can talk, they can engage, they can communicate with one another, they can break off into small groups. So we have trainings going on district-wide, equipping our teachers to be able to do those things successfully. We will also discuss and share that with our teachers prior to the first day of school. So yes, those are all things that you would see in a classroom. We are going to attempt to duplicate that in a Zoom room. That we know that that's what good instruction looks like. I hope that answers your question.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you. And it's nice to meet you over Zoom.
Nice to meet you as
Welcome
well.
to Dixon.
Thank you. Thank you.
At this time, I see no further questions. Anybody have a question?
Okay. So if parents, if you, for some reason, a question pops into your head later on this evening, even tomorrow during the day, you can go to our Facebook page. If you don't have the link to our Facebook page, you can go to our Dixon website, and the Facebook page is embedded there. So that's caj.dixonusd.org. Yes, dixonusd.org. You can go there. Our form is there. If a question should pop into your mind, please use that form to ask the question, and we will post those answers on our Facebook page, our Twitter, etc. I'm getting better with Instagram as well, for those of you who love Instagram. So if the questions pop into your minds, please do not hesitate to post them there, and we will be doing this again. I want to thank all of you for coming out this evening. It was great to see your faces on the Zoom room and get familiar with my CAJ parents. So thank you,
We do have
parents.
a question that has popped up.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Before I select this person, I also wanted to let you guys know that the information we presented today is also going to be available in Spanish on our website. So this PowerPoint will be available in English and Spanish on our webpage and our Facebook page. Liz Guzman.
Yes, will the kids be able to meet their teachers before school starts? I know that they have an orientation next Wednesday nights. Is that the time that they'll be meeting them beforehand?
Yes, so we're still working on our parent orientation. If I'm unable to have as many teachers as I would like, then we might have to change that date to a during the day date. I will let you know. They will be able to, some of our teachers have already responded. A lot of our teachers have committed to participating in that orientation, but if changing it to an earlier part in the earlier time in the day means I'll get more participation, I just want to let you guys know that that date could change, but I'll let you know right away if that date does change. So right now it's tentatively set for 6 p.m. next Wednesday. But my goal is to get as many teachers there because our students want to know who their teachers are. So if it means that I have to move that day, I will, and I will let you know.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I see no further questions.
Thank you. Thank you, CAJ students. Thank you, CAJ teachers for attending. Thank you, CAJ support staff. Thank you, CAJ students. It was beautiful to see your faces this evening, and I cannot wait to see you all next week. Is that next week or the week after next? On August 24th. Bye.